these for that long. It was about 2 days ago, but still, that was a long time. How many people are here for the first time? Wow, great. Oh my God, nice to meet you. I think that opening number saves me the time of coming out of the closet. I think you guys got it. And I think what I just did is illegal in like 15 states now. It's March, which means March Madness is happening. And I'm so pumped to show you guys my bracket. Can we pull it up? Okay, so over in the East, we have New Jersey airing. Right now, it's Teresa versus Melissa. Going to the season, I really thought that Melissa could pull it out, but Teresa is the reigning champion. I think she's going to take this one home. We also have Jennifer versus Margaret. See, I am team Marge on this one. Jennifer lacks discipline and strategy. Hey, I don't think she has what it takes, all I'm saying. But I love the Real Housewives. They're some of my favorite women. And as you saw in the opening video, this show is celebrating women's history. Yes. But since we're in America, I, the man, will talk first. The girls go after. I don't really care. But despite what that sketch depicts, I have no trouble talking about why I love and appreciate women. I have seen every episode of And Just Like That. And I am planning on watching the entire second season. I mean, hello, I'm Miranda's son with Samantha Rising. I'm a dedicated feminist, okay? I don't just love women the way gay boys love their divas. I mean, of course, I love Beyonce, Gaga, Britney, Whitney, Janet, Aretha, Mariah. I love them all, of course. I love them, but no, that's not why. And well, I have to admit, okay, I do get that warm, tingling sensation inside whenever I watch Kate Blanchett play a mean lesbian. And yes, I sat with the girls at lunch during middle school. I mean, why wouldn't I? They had better conversations. They laughed at my jokes and appreciated all the gossip I had with them. I don't know why every closeted gay boy in middle school is basically Varys, the master of whispers from Game of Thrones. Or maybe it's because if we tell people other people's secrets, they won't ask about ours. Thought about that? Growing up, I didn't mind when girls got better grades than me. I didn't mind when they were faster than me or when they skied better than me. Yes, I did sports once. And later, I didn't mind when they even wanted to have sex with me. I know, in fact, I kind of enjoyed it. Isn't that crazy? My ex-girlfriend pouring out for her, God bless. She taught me a lot. She taught me how to moisturize. She taught me how to make reservations at Open Table. And she taught me how to drop off and pick up my dry cleaning. I was amazed the first time all the free hangers you get. No one talks about that. She basically taught me how to be a human being, really. But women throughout my life have been my greatest teachers, not only with life skills, but with, showing how to show empathy and compassion. I mean, where did it all begin? I mean, obviously, my mother, been a fan of hers literally since day one. My earliest memories, though, of appreciating and worshiping women comes from my favorite movie as a kid. I had vivid memories. I know when I was 4 years old, I would get goosebumps every time I watched this particular scene. Can we show a clip? Nuns! I loved nuns. I still love nuns. I get starstruck whenever I see a nun. Seriously, if I see a nun in the street, I'm taking a picture of her. I love nuns in the wild. It's my favorite thing. Last week, I saw a nun just taking laps around a block, and she was wearing Crocs with socks and a big coat. And I was like, yes, queen, serve the house. No, mama, yes! And she told me I was going to hell. But seriously, my most treasured memory as a kid is not when my younger brother was born, or not saying goodbye to my dying grandfather. It's when I met my first nun. Seriously. Yeah, this is a picture. I'm sorry it's so low quality, I couldn't find the original. It kind of looks like something out of like an exorcism documentary. Like, did I kill the nun after this? It looks like I'm possessed. Seriously, I remember that queen. I was like so nervous when I saw her. But my obsession with nuns was only the beginning. I am now proud to say I'm on multiple watch lists for several prominent women. And for those who know me know my top two are Madonna and Hillary Clinton. Two very complicated women who have reached incredible success by pushing back on the patriarchy. Hillary Clinton by winning the popular vote by 3 million votes. And Madonna, yes, and Madonna by forcing her 25-year-old male dancers to wear harnesses as she rides around on stage like horses. Feminism. There also are two women who refuse to go away, and I admire that. We would just stick around for as long as they want. Except, I have to admit, I have been saying that one should retire. Yeah. We're waiting for the picture to show up. Senator Dianne Feinstein. Look, Dianne, sweetie cookie, you literally have shingles. It's time to step down. Do you know she still hasn't announced she's not running for re-election yet? She's 907 years old. 907. And based on multiple reports, she barely knows where she is most times in the Capitol. She's been a senator since 1992. She should know how to get around the office, right? But, look, I do have to have some respect for Dianne. I mean, she is... Wait, hold on, Marjorie. Can you check? I just want to make sure this is okay. Is she still alive?
Hold, please.
Sorry, I just want to make sure it's okay.
Checking. Yep, she's still alive.
Okay, great, thanks. How about now?
Second. Still alive.
Oh, thank God. Whew. Okay, but let's be honest, that joke's gonna age terribly, kind of like Dianne. No, kidding, I'm kidding. I respect the senator very much. I respect her for her service, and I respect her for being a woman in elected office in America, a country that is so misogynistic that we as a society, is still not fully recovered from the all-female reboot of Ghostbusters. I remember the riots, they were brutal. Despite what Donald Trump may say, lock him up. He is not. He says he's the victim of the worst witch hunt in American history. Well, I can think of I don't know, the ghosts of the several women executed during the Salem witch trials. Disagree. I think they would. And I've been thinking about the Salem witch trials because thinking those women are probably accused of witchcraft for, I don't know, like telling jokes and cutting their hair short. Like, there's no doubt I would have loved those women. There's no doubt the women I love today would have been accused of witchcraft. So, I was thinking, since we are at Soho House, where the only thing that members love to do more than judge other people is get their weekly shot of Ozempic, I think we should conduct the Soho witch trials. So I'm going to give you sets of 3 women, and maybe all of you, are going to tell me which of these 3 would be declared the witch. We only have enough wood for one of them, so you got to make a choice. Okay, let's pull up. Who's up first? We got Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, Janet Jackson. Who's the witch?
Celine.
Black women. We do, Celine. You would think that, but actually Mariah Carey, because she walks on her tippy toes into the 5-octave range. Very witch-like. Okay, now we have Meryl Streep, Jessica Lange, Glenn Close. Who is it, guys? Who? Okay. Glenn? It is Glenn. Do you know why? Because you're the only one who hasn't won an Oscar. Oh, I'm sorry. We have a lot of Glenn heads in the audience. Oh, shut up, Siri. Okay, what's up? AOC, Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren.
Kamala.
Warning! One of them is under the protection of Secret Service, so you should beware. Who? It is AOC because she once danced on a roof. And finally, Tilda Swinton. You know what? I think we know who's gonna be. I think we know it's Tilda. America has come a long way since the Salem witch trials in the sense that women can now own property and wear short sleeves, but not in the sense they have control over their own health care and bodies. And yes, it's a big deal. We have our first female vice president, and because of President Biden's routine colonoscopy, she was our acting president for like 45 minutes. So if I ever get to meet Pop Bob, I will salute the ass that broke that glass ceiling. I'm a big fan of butts, but Biden's butt's maybe my favorite, truly. But overall, right now, being a woman or birthing person in the United States of America is not great. Did you know the maternal mortality rate is higher in the United States than any other high-income country, and it's 3 times higher for black women. And to give Vice President Harris some credit, this is an issue she's been trying to talk about for a long time, and generally speaking, I don't think people are really listening. And I think it's because something to do with being labeled a woman's issue. But to quote the Vice President, whenever she's asked about addressing women's issues, she says, "I'm so glad you want to talk about the economy." So you know what? I feel a rant coming on, so buckle up. When we gender issues, we allow people to disregard them as niche or identity politics, less valuable than bread and butter, kitchen table economic issues that reporters are so obsessed with talking to people at diners in Ohio about. You know, the issues that real Americans care about, the ones who watch Yellowstone and think the Olive Garden is too ethnic. Because when it comes to politics, the golden rule is, it's the economy, stupid. Okay, well, we can't talk about the economy without talking about the drastic fallout of Roe versus Wade. 14 states have banned abortion, 10 have vastly restricted it. The economic fallout largely falling on working class women and birthing people forced to travel across state lines, take time off work, find childcare for their actual living children. Do you know childcare on average costs $10,000 to the average American family? That's insane. Republicans care all about life when it's a bunch of cells in a woman's uterus, but then when it's an actual being, a baby, they're like, oh, I guess give it a gun in the Bible, maybe it'll win the Hunger Games? I don't know! Maybe I'll be in its favor, who knows? You know, the Democrats, they tried, when they were trying to pass Biden's Build Back Better Act, there was one West Virginia Democrat that stood in the way of the family portion of Biden's plan. Joe Manchin, a man who lives on a houseboat, stood in the way of capping childcare, 7% of a family's income, stood in the way of making the expanded child tax credit permanent, even though it reduced child poverty by 40%, and stood in the way of providing universal pre-K for every American. No one who lives on a boat should have that much power. The only reason why you should be on a boat or live on a boat is if you're a cast member on Below Deck or a Liza Minnelli impersonator on Gay Cruise. The only two reasons. But those plans would have helped parents, they would have helped women, and they would have invested in children, invested in our future. Hello? Whitney told us this shit like 40 years ago! This isn't new, this isn't some novel crazy thing, and to give President Biden credit, maybe he could do more, but he is signing executive orders to protect abortion. His administration's in court right now fighting to protect access to abortion pills. And through his CHIPS and Science Act, he's making companies that want government tax credit to provide childcare for workers. Are we not familiar with the CHIPS and Science Act? Oh my God, okay. And invest billions of dollars in the manufacturing of microchips that go in cars, microwaves, appliances. It's the Ed Sheeran of Biden's bills. It's not the sexiest, but can't deny it's hitmaker. You know, we saw in the midterms, obviously, the overturning Roe v. Wade ignited a lot of people because I think people realized that they can come for all of us. It's like when you realize you can still get an STD even if the guy's hot. Doesn't matter, he has it, he has gonorrhea. The Supreme Court, like STDs, will impact us all. We shouldn't have to rely on catastrophic Supreme Court decisions to ignite people to vote. And because of our failure of protecting and the failure of investments, we have lost so many talented women. I'm talking all women, cis, trans, all women. I wish empathy was enough. I wish people, men in particular, cared enough about issues that they believe don't directly impact them. And I wish that Angela Bassett won an Oscar already! Like, what the hell? I don't want to hate on Jamie Lee Curtis, but like, I know she should have won it for a love that had to do with it, but like, and I know this is a very specific problem about a specific person, but it's an important problem about an important woman. Angela Bassett's good for the economy, so there you go. Justice for Angela. So, look, when your dad or your drunk uncle or that frat boy you went to school with who works at Goldman, his name's probably Preston or Wesley, I don't know. When they complain about the economy, when they talk about how taxes are too high and there's a labor shortage because people don't want to work, if they don't mention about providing affordable childcare or enshrining the right to an abortion or protecting trans women persecution, if they don't mention women's issues, then they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. We have a great show for you tonight!